Assalamualaikum dear students. In today's class, we are going to study SLO 15.5.1 that is related to distinguishing between theoretical yield, actual yield and percentage yield. First of all, I'm going to start with the formula of percentage that we usually use in daily life, like for counting the percentage of marks, right? For percentage of marks, we count for exam or in a test. The formula is obtain marks divided by total marks multiplied by 100, isn't it? It is a formula by which we are going to calculate the percentage in daily life. For anything, like for example, for examination marks, we are going to use this. Now, if we are going to relate it with chemistry, so in chemistry, we are going to consider yield. The word yield represents the product, right? So if I'm going to write CaCO3, calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is very useful product to produce carbon dioxide and calcium oxide. Calcium carbonate is easily available in market, that is lime, and it is used to produce carbon dioxide and calcium oxide. So if I'm going to heat calcium carbonate, what amount of carbon dioxide would be produced? If it is my concern, so the yield is carbon dioxide. If my concern is that if I'm going to heat calcium carbonate and what amount of calcium oxide would produce, now my yield is what? Calcium oxide. So the product which is under concern, it is known as yield. Now, there are two types of yield, uh, theoretical and actual, that are asked in your question. Your question states that distinguish between theoretical yield, actual yield, and the percentage yield. Okay, so one by one, we are going to observe what is theoretical yield, actual yield, and percentage yield. First, actual yield, I'm going to start. The actual yield is the amount of yield produced by experimentation, right? What is actual yield? It is a type of yield which produced by experimentation. Like I'm going to heat calcium carbonate, as we have given the example of calcium carbonate. I'm going to consider the production of carbon dioxide, right? तो कितना कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट जो है वो मुझे कितना कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड दे रहा है एक्सपेरिमेंटली इन लैब, सो दैट वुड बी माय एक्चुअल यील्ड, या फिर हम इसे कहेंगे ऑब्जर्व यील्ड, राइट? अगर मैं 5 ग्राम कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट लैब में ले जाती हूँ, उसको मैं हीट करती हूँ, और हीट करने से जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की अमाउंट प्रोड्यूस हो रही है, वो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की अमाउंट जो कि एक्सपेरिमेंटली आई है, उसको हम एक्चुअल यील्ड या फिर ऑब्जर्व यील्ड कहते हैं। ये ऑब्जर्वेशन से आती है, इसे हम प्रैक्टिकली परफॉर्म करके देखते हैं। तो जो कीवर्ड है एक्चुअल यील्ड का, वो है बाय ऑब्जर्वेशन, जो हम खुद ऑब्जर्व करें, बाय प्रैक्टिकल, बाय वर्किंग, राइट? सो ऐसी ऐसी थियोरेटिकल, ऐसी यील्ड जो कि हमारे पास प्रैक्टिकल से आ रही है, उसको हम कहते हैं एक्चुअल यील्ड। जिसको हम प्रैक्टिकली परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, परफॉर्मेंस से आ रही है, उसको हम कहते हैं एक्चुअल यील्ड। नाउ व्हाट इज थियोरेटिकल यील्ड? Theoretical yield is basically the stoichiometric yield. Now, what is stoichiometric yield? If we considered calcium carbonate and carbon dioxide example, तो कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के कितने मोल स्टेचियोमेट्रिकली बन रहे हैं, या कितने ग्राम स्टेचियोमेट्रिकली बन रहे हैं, वो हमारी होती है थ्योरेटिकल यील्ड। लाइक अगर मैं कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट का मास निकालूं, तो यहाँ पर कैल्शियम इज 40, and as calcium is only 1, so we are going to multiply 40 by 1. So I would write 40 into 1. Then the next is carbon, so plus 12 into 1. The next is oxygen, so plus 16 into 3. If I would solve it, it would be 40 plus 12 plus 16 into 3, 48. So it would be like 100 grams or 100 AMU. ठीक, हमें पता है कि एक कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट क्या है, इट इज 100 AMU. अब अकॉर्डिंग टू स्टेचोमेट्री, one calcium carbonate is going to produce one carbon dioxide. So the mass of carbon dioxide, likewise I'm going to calculate the molar mass. So अगर मैं कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का मास देखूं, it would be 44. मुझे एक्सपेरिमेंटली ये नहीं मालूम हो रहा, बल्कि विद द हेल्प ऑफ बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन और थ्योरेटिकल मेथड मालूम हो रहा है कि 100 ग्राम 44 ग्राम प्रोड्यूस करता है. इस तरह की यील्ड को हम क्या कहते हैं, इसको हम कहते हैं थ्योरेटिकल यील्ड. सो इट इज़ वेरी इजी. द ऑब्जर्व यील्ड इज or the actual yield is by practical means we perform, and the theoretical yield is what which we are going to calculate via stoichiometry. Now the third thing is percentage yield. Now what is percentage yield? The percentage yield is simplest ratio between observed yield divided by theoretical yield multiplied by 100. If you relate the example that I've given you related to examination, एग्जाम में हमारे जितने मार्क्स आते हैं उसको हम टोटल मार्क्स से डिवाइड करते हैं, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करते हैं, राइट. सो यहाँ पर भी हमारे पास यही चीज़ है कि जो हमारी प्रैक्टिकली चीज़ आएगी, लाइक जो हमारी प्रैक्टिकली रिजल्ट आएगा प्रोडक्ट का, उसको हम ऊपर रखेंगे, ऑब्जर्व यील्ड को हमेशा ऊपर रखेंगे, और जो एक्सपेक्टेड थी थियोरेटिकली जो टोटल मार्क्स थे वो हम नीचे रखेंगे. यू कैन मेमोराइज लाइक theoretical yield and total yield both are going to start with T. So theoretical yield is going to be multiplied by 100. So that is your formula. In this formula, you are going to have observed yield divided by theoretical yield multiplied by 100. So students, as we know that now, what is the meaning of percentage yield, actual yield, and theoretical yield? We are moving towards the next SLO, which is 1.5.2, and it is also related to the previous description that we have completed. The SLO states that calculate the percentage yield of product in a chemical reaction. Right, the percentage yield of product in a chemical reaction. Now what could be the formula? The formula is very simple. You must know the formula. As we have just discussed, the formula is percentage yield is equals to observed yield divided by theoretical yield multiplied by 100. Now in this question, if we observe the example which is given, is related to the calcium carbonate. When limestone calcium carbonate is roasted, the quicklime is produced. Calcium oxide is our concern. According to the following equation, the actual yield of limestone 2.5 kg when 4.5 kg of limestone is roasted. Okay. Now we are going to consider calcium oxide to be related with the actual yield, which is 2.5 kg, right? So if I just put the values first here so that you can understand, the values are, you have to find out percentage yield. Observed yield is 2.5, it is in kg. Remember, units are very important. And theoretical yield, we don't have theoretical yield, 100 would be constant. Now, to find out theoretical yield, I told you there is a stoichiometric calculation. According to stoichiometry, 100 gram and calcium oxide must be 40 plus 16 is equals to 56 gram, right? So it is 56 gram. 100 gram produces 56 gram. But the given value is in kgs. So if you are going to convert this thing here in gram, so it would be workable. Otherwise, you have to convert these two things into what? Into kg. So I'm just going to convert 4.5. It seems to be easy for me to convert it over here. and then I would convert the product again into kg to put value over here. So I'm going to convert 4.5 into grams from kilogram. So if we want to go from higher value to lower value, like if we have 4.5 kilogram, right? And from kilogram, we are going to go in grams. From kilogram, that is the larger value, we are going to go in grams. So we would multiply the kilogram by 1000. From 4.5 kilogram, if I would multiply it by 1000, so it would be 4500 grams. Okay, 4.5 to 4500 grams. So that the unit could be same. So from 100 and 56, I'm going to calculate the theoretical yield over here. For theoretical yield, what could be the equation? I'm going to write 100 gram 100 gram calcium carbonate produces 56 gram carbon dioxide. So 4500 gram would produce X. Now, there is a simple cross multiplication. I would multiply 4500 with 56 and I would multiply X with 100. So it would be a single line equation, 100 into X. Now to find out X, we have to do simple rearrangement. It is 4500 into 56 divided by 100, right? So whatever your answer is over here, it is our theoretical yield. Let us calculate 4500 into 56 divided by 100. So it is 2520 gram. Your answer is 2520 grams. But remember, I told you that here we have 2.5 kg and we have calculated in grams. So what should we do? We are now again going to calculate the kgs from this value, and this time we are going to move from lower value to higher value. So we would divide, right? So 2520 divided by 1000, it would be 2.5 again. So I'm just going to put the value of kg over here. From 2520 gram, I am going to convert into 2.5 kilogram. So these 2.52 kilogram, we can say. So these 2.52 kilogram, I'm going to put in the actual formula. Now, actual formula, you know very well, it was the formula of percentage yield. The formula of percentage yield is observed yield divided by theoretical yield multiplied by 100. So observed yield was 2.5, right? Theoretical yield we calculate by stoichiometry is 2.52. So if it is 2.52 and we are going to divide it by 2.5, it would be almost like near to 100%. Okay, if it is 2.5 divided by 2.52 into 100, it is 99.2%. So our answer is 99.2%. That is our percentage yield. Hope you understand this concept. It is very simple. We are just going to have a short recall. The actual yield is practical performance. The theoretical yield is stoichiometric calculation, and the percentage yield is, what is percentage yield? The ratio between observed yield or actual yield, we must say, and divided by theoretical yield multiplied by 100. If you have any query, you can ask me in comment box. Thank you for joining. Allah Hafiz.